And just like that, the Boston Celtics are up 1-0 over the Dallas Mavericks in the 2024 NBA Finals. My biggest takeaway here is Kristaps Porzingis absolutely dominating the first half of the game. I mean, he got inserted off the bench and put his stamp on the game. Every time he got a mismatch, posted up a shot right over the defense, knocked down some threes, and really helped the Celtics extend a big-time lead in that first half. Mavs did, go on a little run in that second half. Celtics kind of held their ground, got to 8, but it never got closer than that, winning the game by close to 20 points. Where is Kyrie Irving? The man who was crazy last series against the Timberwolves was a no-show in Game 1. Luka cannot do it by himself. Luka had 30. Luka was decently efficient, but somebody else for the Dallas Mavericks has to show up. If not, it is going to be a very ugly series for the Dallas Mavericks against the Boston Celtics. And I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. Where is Kyrie Irving? 6 of 19, 0 of 5 from deep for 12 points, a -19, team worst in the game. And it just does not help the situation when PJ Washington is 0 of 3 from deep. Jaden Hardy actually played decent enough, put in 13 points. But it just was kind of ugly. Like, Luka found his rhythm a little bit in the second half. But Luka Doncic ended the game with 1 assist. That's the biggest red flag for me in this entire series. 1, where is Kyrie Irving? Number 2, Luka Doncic, 1 assist. How many times this season has Luka Doncic been held to 1 assist or lower? I'd guess in games he's played 30 or more minutes, this is the first time all season he's had 1 assist. I would be willing to bet on that. Absolutely insanity that he had only 1 assist in the game. Now, on the Celtics side of things, they just got a lot of really solid performances. If you look up and down their team, Jaylen Brown, I would say, played pretty solid. Jason Tatum, pretty solid. Not going to sit there and harp too much on it. Tatum needs to limit the turnovers, 6 turnovers, and had some timely ones in there as well. Derek White, solid. Drew Holiday, solid. Drew Holiday on the defensive end of the court is an absolute menace. Kristaps Porzingis, great. Sam Hauser, fantastic. Pritchard, 0-7. Doesn't matter. Absolutely the only guy for the Boston Celtics that I would say didn't play well was Peyton Pritchard, but still did not matter. I mean, the Boston Celtics came and put a stamp on the first half, and it was enough for them to win the game. I mean, we can look at the play-by-play. Like I said, in the third quarter, it did get at least somewhat close. You guys can see here. Luka Doncic cut it to 8, but that's as close as it got. It did get to 8. The Celtics called the timeout. Boom, responded with a big time run. Leading 64 to 86 after that. The score was 64-72. And then boom, the Celtics go on a 14-0 run. And that's the thing for me is the Celtics can turn it on and off. It's like a switch. They can flip it on, flip it off. When they want to play well, in my opinion, they are by far the best team in the NBA. At one time, up 29 points, and again, just ran away with the game. The crazy part about this game is early on, it was a back and forth affair. But look at the quality of shots from the Dallas Mavericks compared to the Boston Celtics. That's the one thing I want you guys to see is the shots the Celtics were getting were way better than the shots the Mavs were getting. I mean, look at that circus shot for Luka Doncic. But once KP got inserted into this game, I mean, the tide turned. Derek White knocked down some big-time threes in the first quarter. You guys can see, I think it's back-to-back threes here for Derek White. As you guys can see, back-to-back, boom, boom, and just like that. They got a big-time lead, and the Celtics are on an 8-0 run. But again, Kristaps was maybe even better defensively than offensively. That's the one thing I noticed in the first half. Had a blocked shot again. They got the rebound, swung the game there. And just in the post-up situation, it's something the Mavs did against the Timberwolves. They basically switched people on to Gobert, and he wasn't able to capitalize on it. But even right there, KP going right past Derek Lively. That's something in the last series for the Dallas Mavericks they didn't have to deal with. Look at Kristaps. Again, another bucket. Kristaps, floor spacer as well. They can't load up Jason Tatum. A tough shot there over Daniel Gafford. But you blink and look at the score now. I mean, it's crazy. Kristaps from 30 feet. Boom. They're down 14 just like that. That's the thing. KP had 11 early points, and it's just like, wow, this is what I'm talking about. The block shot lead into the Sam Hauser 3. This is when I knew it was over. When Sam Hauser hit that shot, I was like, yeah, this one is over. In the second half, going into halftime, Mavs had some sort of momentum. Going into the second half, Luka was trying, man. He really was trying to get the Mavericks back in the game. It just ultimately was too little too late. Kyrie tried to get going, but he just never really found any sort of consistent rhythm. Like, again, he tried, but it was just no consistency. Oh my gosh, Al Horford, get you on skates, sir. But Dallas cut the lead a little bit. PJ Washington chip it in. Then Luka hit a couple of shots here. And I thought, man, the Mavs got their momentum. They figured it out a little bit. And it was just so quick of a tide turn. And you guys are going to see Luka kind of took over the game for a little bit here. Knocked down a 3. It's only 13. Get a couple of stops, can maybe, even close the gap a little bit more. But the thing for me is it's just like, I felt like throughout the entire game, the Celtics overall played better than the Dallas Mavericks. And there it was, right? They cut the lead to 8, and guess who? Guess who? I mean, Jason Tatum to Kristaps Porzingis with a big-time jam. Missed the triple, but it doesn't matter. Because when Kristaps is inserted in the game, it just swings the whole entire momentum. Jaylen Brown, a big-time block, and boom. You're going to notice the lead just go way up. What do you do for Dallas? I mean, Celtics got way too many threats, way too much offense. It's tough. I had big-time questions for Kristaps Porzingis coming into this series. He hadn't played competitive basketball in months. It's been probably a month. And he comes out and does that? I mean, if you're the Mavericks, you're looking at each other like, what are we supposed to do? You know what? A guy that literally hasn't played in a month comes out and does that? The Dallas Mavericks, post-All-Star break, were a fantastic defensive team. Tonight, and I know the Celtics shot well, seemed like the Mavericks had absolutely no answers for Boston. For me, I'm going to say it. I think Boston wins in 5 games. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.